Hi,
Hi.
good afternoon. It's late afternoon here in the Philippines. Today we're gonna talk about how we still like living here in the Philippines after almost 3 years now in the Philippines. Like, are we tired of living it here? Do we love it here? Like, people ask all the time, like, how is it like? Because most of the people that we know most of the people we know after 2 years, like, they're just totally done with it. Like, okay, we don't like Philippines anymore. We wanna go back to the US or wherever they're from. But we have somebody we know that they like it here in the Philippines, and I wanna ask you, honey, first. I want you to talk first
Yeah.
and see what can you say after almost 3 years of living here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
Oh,
it.
there's a hair.
Oh God. Yeah, I like it.
There's
I like it after living here. I never thought I would, but I do. But I want to change the subject for a minute and talk about how proud I am of my wife. Obviously she's very beautiful and smart, but when we met 15 years ago, she was so shy. Of course, she was very young then. She was like 19, and
yeah.
we met online.
I was shy, and didn't you say that I was a little funny?
Well, yeah, you're always funny. You always had a good sense of humor.
No.
But she was so shy, and when she was around her family, then you could see how she really was. She was
Yeah.
funny, and she was the life of the party around her family, and she was very comfortable. But out in
Bird
public,
up there.
she was very shy and didn't have much self-confidence at all. And through the years, I've told her, that of course how beautiful she is, but she could do anything she set her mind to. And if I would have told her 15 years ago that she would be running a YouTube channel, she would have said I was crazy. She couldn't picture herself doing something
No,
like.
not at all.
No, not at all. And when we first got married, she wouldn't even go anywhere really. I mean,
Yeah.
she hardly wouldn't even come out of the house. Maybe go grocery shopping, but
Yeah, that's about it.
I did everything in the U.S. I did everything, paid all the bills, did grocery shopping, and she was so shy in public. She just really didn't want to go out in public. And of course, I know she was in a different country. It wasn't the
Yeah.
Philippines, but
I had to do a lot of adjustments when I first came to the US, because of course everything is new to me. The culture, the everything, is just new. All the machines, the way they clean or they cook even, and all those microwave. But I mean, we already have we have a couple or few videos about talking um, uh, about
your first time in the U.S.
first time in the
Yeah,
US,
I don't
and
even think she'd heard a vacuum cleaner run.
and us living here in the Philippines. But we wanna keep giving you an update to see at this moment or right now if how we still like it here in the Philippines.
Yeah, I like it here. I mean, big change from the U.S. You got to get used to the slower pace, and I always hated waiting for anything. That was my pet peeve. I didn't
Yeah,
want to
that's
wait.
the thing he don't like the most is
Yeah.
waiting.
I wanted things instantly, man.
Yeah, I
But
know.
nothing happens instantly here.
Yeah.
And so that was the major adjustment for me, is to get slowed down and accustomed to the pace, because things just don't happen fast here, and things can get very complicated if you're dealing with governmental paperwork.
Oh yeah.
Because
When you try to process something here in the Philippines, just expect like the worst or the frustration and disappointment, because you're really gonna get disappointed for sure, because everything takes, like, when you process one paper, it's like they pass you everywhere, here, there, even though they make it complicated. I mean, I'm from the Philippines and I know how it is. Like, it's just that I'm not trying to criticize the system here, but that's just
It's just different.
the
It's just
truth
different.
and the
You know,
truth.
and the other part to me was, you know, it took me a while to realize I'm in a different country.
Right.
This is their rules.
Yeah.
Whether I agree with them or think they can be done better or whatever, this is the way they do it. And you know, the main things you don't want to do here is get involved in politics.
Yeah,
You mind
don't
your own
wanna
business.
mind
This
your
is
own
their
business,
country.
yeah.
They run it the way they see fit.
Yeah. As for me, like after living here in the Philippines for 3 years, I don't even know if I wanna live again in the US. But I can't. I know I can't say that because we don't know what's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel comfortable here now. You know, I had to readjust when I come back here because after living for a long time in the US too, I had to readjust in the Philippines, but after a while, I was able to readjust again the weather, you know. But of course, it was easier for me than for him because to him, it's like everything is also very new. The culture, the heat, the way the
Getting used to a lot of things here takes a while. The
Yeah.
climate, the big change in climate.
Yeah, so
Took
for
a
any
while.
for any of you that wants to like plan to move here in the Philippines, you're gonna have to first of all deal with the heat, and then deal with the drivers, and the way they do things here. Because you may think like, oh, how come the people here are so rude? Like when you're in line. And then you're gonna leave a space in between the person. They will go in front of you or around you.
They don't
like,
have the concept here of standing in line and waiting your turn.
yeah, of course, people are still going in line, like if at the grocery store like that. But if you like go in a bus station or something like that, everybody's gonna cram up. Like they will try to go around you so they can get in first.
They don't have the concept of waiting their turn.
And
here.
the only time that it changed is after the pandemic. When the pandemic happened, this
Then
virus.
that's the only time I ever seen
that's the
people
only
line up.
lined up, and there's like social distancing.
So I mean, there's a lot of adjustment there, and I don't think a person can get adjusted in a year or 2 years here.
You think it's gonna take more than
It's taken me it's taken me 2 years to.
Yeah, it's not really for
Except-
everybody here because other people will think that it's it's too hot here in the Philippines. It's too they just this
But-
place is just not right for them.
But you stop and think
It's a
about
big truck, yeah.
stop and think about where you come from, and there's things there that are irritating as hell. I mean, when we left the U.S., I couldn't wait to get out of there. I was so sick of it, And talk about rude people. People can be rude there.
Yeah.
Road rage. People flip out over the slightest little thing.
Yeah, but if you come here too, you have to have a lot of patience when it comes to driving, or if you want to drive here, you're just gonna wonder like people who just go around you. Oh my God, the driving here is
different
totally different compared to the.
But if you're dealing with people personally, on a one-to-one basis, they're very friendly. Very welcoming.
Hospitable.
With the few exceptions. There's people that don't like foreigners here.
Yeah.
But the majority of them are very welcoming, very friendly. I mean, it takes some adjusting too, because you don't think you're just moving, leaving your country and moving to paradise, because it becomes paradise, but it's not paradise instantly.
Yeah.
We were busy here the first couple of years building a house, and
For me, I think the first year after moving here to the Philippines was like it was hard. It was especially when we were working on the house, and then especially if you have a limited budget, because we can only do so much with the house, like little bit at a time every month.
What we can
work
afford
on this,
every month,
what we can afford. But
I mean, we didn't come here with a lot of money.
no, we don't. We did not, and that's why it took us a long time for our house to be. I mean, it's not even done now. There's still a few things that we wanna do, but if you keep working on it, it's just never gonna get done. It's not
a
painting.
never-ending project. I mean,
Yeah.
Once everything's done there, then maybe we should expand the house, make it bigger, and
Yeah,
You
or
know?
else like, oh, maybe we can paint the outside, but that's just the, thing. But expanding the house, I don't really care about expanding the house because most of the time it's only both of us here. I mean, my family doesn't even stay here all the time. I mean, some once
Once
in
in a
a
while.
while, yeah, they visit here. So for us, like living here in the Philippines is like, or moving to the Philippines was really like we said that in the other videos that it was a best decision for us, and we until now after all this time we still wanna live here, and we don't have plan to moving back to the US, maybe for a visit, and then
Yeah.
but there are a couple of times where we talk about like, oh, maybe we should move back there because of the medical thing, and it's hard to really here in the Philippines we don't have like health insurance and stuff, and just kind of like hoping that we won't get sick, and
Getting medical care here can be kind of frustrating.
yeah, very
I mean, you have to go to a major city to get
Yeah.
any really kind of medical care, but it's you can't get much at a small town.
right.
But based on our budget, things are much cheaper here. So
Yeah, I
so
know.
we live better here. you
Yeah,
know?
because of our budget, because in the US we cannot afford to live there. There's bills left and right, and
Everything.
here at least we know that we won't get kicked out, and then me planting a few vegetables out there in the yard is such a big help.
Yeah, I mean, plus I get back to the fact that she's come a long way since we first met. I mean, from being too shy to even go out of the house to now she's got this yard all fixed up, very beautiful, all these plants.
And now
And,
having a YouTube, like I don't,
and-
I did not imagine in my whole life that I would be doing YouTube because I am just very shy. Everybody that knows me, I am just a very shy person. That doesn't make me really like all of a sudden I'm all like that. I'm still a very shy person, but
No.
at least I'm
Go.
it actually helped me, this YouTube thing, because I can talk to the camera, but if I talk to people in person, sometimes I still get a little
It helped you gain-
uneasy because of I am just a very shy person.
Helped her gain some self-confidence though, and actually now she tries to tell me what to do. So I have to.
I don't think. Well, we are just really grateful that we are here in the Philippines, despite the imperfections or because there's pros and cons, and the cons here, maybe we can hear the dogs barking,
Yeah.
chickens crowing, there's chainsaw all the time.
Yeah.
Despite all that, the drivers are crazy. We are still grateful that we are here, and so far we are doing fine here. Like
Yeah.
in the US, it seems to us like, oh, when are we gonna be able to get out of this?
Yeah, it's just putting your.
It's not that we hate the US or I hate the US. I love living in the US. It's just that if you have the money there, it's fine if you live
if
in the
you're
US.
if you're rich,
Yeah.
and you can afford anything
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
U.S. is great, man.
Yeah, US is great, but if your budget is limited, we can go live in the US with his income, and I'm gonna have to go to work so we can make it. But
Yeah.
what kind of a life? At least here we're together all the time. It's not like we're not, sick of like being together every day, like 24 hours a day. Behind us are my plants out there. There's a road there. That's the front of our house,
Yeah.
and
So
our house is
making the
our house there.
making the adjustment. You just kind of have to put your preconceived ideas away, and slowly let reality seep in of what it actually is here, and be
Yeah,
able to accept it.
yeah.
And then it's good, it's better. But I
Yeah.
can see why at first people come here, get frustrated,
Oh yeah.
and
Especially with the weather here, it's really hot.
Yeah.
So you really have to be prepared with. Really, first is the weather, and what did I say earlier? The driving, the cultures and
culture is a lot different. Yeah.
cultures. Yeah.
But it's not bad, it's good. A lot of things good about it, it's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just wanna all share with you the update on how we still like
we're
living.
doing.
Yeah, how we're doing here in the Philippines after almost 3 years, and we just wanna share that with you. Hope you have the idea on like about as we are here. If you see all our videos, you'll have an idea that what kind of a life to expect here in the Philippines.
And congratulations to my wife for almost 4,000 subscribers. 50 more, you'll have 4,000 subscribers.
Thank you all for subscribing to our channel and for watching our videos. We really appreciate all of you for your nice comments. And we're not famous, but we really appreciate all your nice comments to us. And thank you so much.
We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and see you again next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.